After the loss to the Chiefs, ESPN Cleveland, Tony Rizzo, his thought of the state of the Browns.
Stefanski's a good coach, but maybe he's not the coach for this team. This team seems to need a butt kicker, a Tomlin, a Campbell. I'll tell you, Sean McDermott is a butt-kicking coach.
Yeah.
Then there's the cerebral guys like the McDaniel in Miami, McDonald in Seattle, even the guy in Green Bay. Who's, by the way,
do those guys have the staying power of the ass kickers, though?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get what's right for this team. This team is clearly undisciplined.
This guy, again, I'll listen to that. I don't know that I agree with it, but 3 wins is 3 wins when you expect it to be much better. And penalties, turnovers, those come back to the coach usually.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get around 3 wins. Like, there's no way that doesn't fall on Kevin Stefanski. I would say the same thing with penalties. You're exactly right, Dave. Those fall on the coach, and it's about discipline. It's about attention to detail. And I will say, I have no doubt that they're coaching those things. Right? They're coaching to line up correctly. I've watched Kevin Stefanski practices. I know there is attention to detail. I don't think that's the reason. But again, it falls on the coach, and I'm not trying to explain that away from Kevin Stefanski. The turnovers, I don't know about that because Nick Chubb, the ball gets punched away from behind. They tell the guys to protect the ball. The punt returner drops the punt. He muffs the punt. I mean. That one, I don't necessarily blame on Stefanski, but 3-11 in the penalties, I certainly do. Where I quibble with Tony's argument is, I think the butt kicker part of it, I think fans, tend to fall in love with that kind of guy, but I don't think that's necessarily the most successful coach, and I don't think that matters. I think if you're smart, that's good enough. If you design a good game plan, if guys follow you, that's more important than if you come off as macho man. Sean McVay doesn't come across that way. Andy Reid doesn't come across that way to me. Kyle Shanahan doesn't come across that way. I'm not sure Bill Belichick had a hard edge to him, but I don't know if he came across that way to me either, right? Dan Campbell is Dan Campbell. But I don't know if the other great coaches in the league necessarily fall under that. I mean, John Harbaugh doesn't strike me like that. Maybe Mike Tomlin does. My point is you can win either way, and I don't think that is a reason to fire any coach, let alone Kevin Stefanski.
Well, and again, you got to be who you are because players can spot so the guys that are tough guys, if you're a tough guy, be a tough guy. Kevin Stefanski as a tough guy wouldn't work. That just wouldn't work.